For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Luke chapter 21 and verse 22. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. It's the brother Aharon coming back at you with a quick lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I'm going to title this, Americans Will Feel This One. Americans will feel this one, or I might change it and put Babylonians will feel this one just to throw off the algorithm. All right, but I have an article and actually a couple of articles, and it's stemming from this whole what they call a potential strike. All right, these dock workers who are likely to go on strike on the East and Gulf Coast ports. All right, and basically what effects that's going to have on the American people. All right, now we've been talking about, at times like never before, pertaining to what the scriptures say, all right, regards to end time prophecies. And it's interesting because over the past few months, brother's been highlighting how, and even recently, right, as recent as a couple of days ago, all right, I've been seeing videos on brothers doing videos on these reprobate Israelites, or reprobate niggas, I should say, okay, who are basically making a mockery of this truth. They're finding every reason to come against what we're saying. You got the women talking shit, you got the niggas talking shit, everyone is talking shit, okay? And typically when that happens is it's a sign of the Lord about to turn up, okay? Because when you go back into what the Lord did to Moses and Aaron, to Aaron and Miriam for coming against Moses, the Heavenly Father turned up on specifically Miriam, the woman, okay? He gave her a plague of leprosy, and she had to be cast out for I believe it was 7 days, if I'm not mistaken, okay? So that was a result of her talking down on a man of the Lord, okay? A man who's beloved by the Heavenly Father, and the prophets are beloved by the Heavenly Father. Okay, so whenever we speak according to the ways of the Heavenly Father, and you got worldly people who have no hope whatsoever talking against us, what happens? Just like Yahushai said, he said, if they speak against you, all right, they're speaking against Yahushai, and they're speaking against the Heavenly Father who sent Yahushai. Okay, so you're not really coming against us. You're making all these videos and Hebrew Israelites this and Hebrew Israelites that, and they get people's faces and they do all this and they say these things and what they preach is hate and racism and all this. Well, you can read the scriptures for yourself and arrive at the same conclusion if you had the understanding, if you're of the elect. Okay, so trying to shame us is really futile, because we're not really caring about that. All right, we just here to give a message. Okay, and the message has been delivered, as Yahushua mentioned, that this gospel shall be preached, all right, throughout the whole entire earth, and then the end shall come. Okay, so we're seeing the end, all right, when those who are not looking, they're gonna get got, period. It's just that simple. Okay, so let's get that real quick in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. All right, start off at 1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. This is a key. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, and many times have you heard these elites, all right, Klaus Schwab and them talking about black swan events. All right, you've heard the Hudat come out and declare MP as a global health, what is it? It was a public health emergency of international concern. I think that's what it is, right? So they had that going on, which they declared back in September, if I'm not mistaken, right? Was it August? It might have been August, sometime around there, right? But they have all these things going on, but yet people are not paying attention, right? They'll rather mock the prophets rather than paying attention to what's being done around them. Okay, you got all these so-called migrants coming into your state, into your cities, and wreaking havoc, but you're not paying attention to it, But it's all going to come to a boiling point very soon. All right. So let's get this article. Let's get into it a little bit real quick, and see where we can go from there. All right. It says dock workers likely to strike at East and Gulf Coast ports. It's increasingly likely that thousands of dock workers at major ports along the East and Gulf Coast will strike on October 1st. Those close to the parties tell Axios. Why does it matter? Well, it says a strike will snarl the economy and presidential politics only weeks before the election. If it lasts longer than a few days, which, in all honesty, I think is going to last longer. They might just drag it out and just bring down the economy this way. Right? Who knows? We'll see. It says, if it lasts longer than just a few days, a strike raises the prospect of product shortages and higher prices along the lines of the supply chain crisis of 2021, just in time for the holiday shopping season. Ain't that funny? It says a strike could cost the economy $5 billion a day per a JP Morgan analysis. It says, so far, the White House has said it won't step in, but once a strike happens, it's hard to see them staying hands off. Here's a quote. It says, we expect the economic impact would be too big to ignore for political purposes, and we would be surprised if the strike lasted more than a week, right? JP Morgan's transportation analysts, right? So if this is, what's that? A week is what, 7 days? So $45 billion potentially this could cause in just a week. Okay, because if it's actually 35, because if it's costing, all right, $5 billion a day, right? 5 times 7 is 35. Okay. So they have everything set up to basically put the people, in a bind where you're gonna have to turn back to the government for help. Once again, this is the plan. This is the goal. Okay, is to shackle everyone financially, okay, and then eventually bring in the health hazards, okay, all at the same time, and then you couple that in with some form of cyber attack big enough to affect people on a personal level, okay, meaning you can't go to the ATM to withdraw any money you may have, right? Even if you do have money, right, you can't even use it because the systems are down, right? Everything is going to be happening simultaneously, and it's going to be uncomfortable enough, or it has to be uncomfortable enough for them to get the people in some form of uproar. Okay, as is written, there's going to be sedition among men. Okay, you have all these migrants coming, like I said, I mentioned earlier. All right, these are not your average migrants seeking asylum. Okay, these are people coming in with criminal backgrounds, ready to wreak havoc and to turn this place upside down. Okay, and that's exactly what's going to happen very soon. Okay, it lines up perfectly what Esau has planned for years. Okay, it's to create a chaotic enough environment for the people to go wild and then bring in martial law. And then during that time of martial law, you could just start going around and, doing what you got to do with those who the undesirables, so to speak. Okay, setting up a whole new world under tyrannical draconian measures, man. Okay, so this is the beginning of that. All right, this is the beginning of that. Okay, it says, where it stands so far, it says the White House has said it won't step in. I think we read this. Yeah, we did read this. All right, it says, for the record, we are monitoring and assessing potential ways to address impacts to U.S. supply chains related to operations at our ports, if necessary, said White House spokesperson Robin Patterson in a statement. That said, we continue to encourage the parties to continue negotiating towards an agreement that benefits all sides and prevents any disruption. It says, jump down a little bit. It says the parties have not sat down at the negotiating table since early summer. Their current agreement expires on September 30th. The two sides, what's today? Today's the 25th. So let me see something. Today's the 25th. We got 5 more days. All right, 5 more days, and pretty much, 5 more days, and then on the 6th day, which is interesting, 6 days, right? They're potentially going to be going on strike, and then we're going to read what kind of effect it's going to have. All right, because remember, it's a supply chain. So once there's a part of the chain that's messed up, it affects the rest. It's like a domino effect. All right, we're gonna get into that. All right, it says their current agreement expires on September 30th. The two sides are far apart on pay raises and rules around automation. A strike could start as soon as 12:01 a.m. Tuesday, October 1st, which is 6 days from now. This is very different from most of the other negotiations that I was involved with over the last 3 years, says John Drake. Interesting, right? Drake, Vice President for Transportation, Infrastructure, Supply Chain Policy at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Damn, he in charge of all that? See, these things are happening under these people's watch, but yet nobody's really watching them. You know, this John Drake guy. John Drake, very interesting because that name Drake goes back to Draco. All right, Dragon, Draco. All right, it says at this point in time, a strike will happen. See, he's letting you know. This is a quote, by the way, direct quote. All right, it's almost like it's carefully engineered. All right, for it to be happening this time around, right? Very interesting. You know, with all that money that they keep sending overseas, you would like to think that they will send some over to take care of these people that actually work to make the economy run, right? But that's not their concern, because a functioning economy means that the people are still going to be comfortable, right? Your price is going to go down, and all these different things. Gas prices go down. Food is still, running smoothly. You can still go to the grocery stores and pick up whatever you want, right? The bank still got cash. You can still perform, your daily transactions, right? Healthcare is still gonna be good because people who are on the witchcraft drugs, right? They're still gonna be able to go back and get their dose. You know what I mean? You still got transportation, gas supplies, fuel supply. Oh, these are things that take a hit when you have shit like this going on. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. It says, the 14 ports stretching from Maine to Houston are responsible for more than half of all the goods shipped in containers in and out of the U.S., Bloomberg notes. Half. More than half. Let's be specific. More than half of all the goods shipped in containers in and out of the U.S. So these 14 ports that are being affected is responsible for more than half. Shit. At this time of the year, as we're pretty much in the fourth quarter, or about to be in the fourth quarter. I think we're still in the third quarter, about to be in the fourth quarter. It says a shutdown would affect everything from cars and car parts, like it hasn't even affected already, right? Like, right now, since 2020, you trying to get some car parts, man, you're going to wait longer, number one. And number two, they're a whole lot more expensive. Number three, the quality is not as good as it was before, right? Because of supplies being so, difficult and hard to get, these companies are using cheaper parts to make some of these car parts. So they break down a lot easier and quicker. They're a lot more expensive, and they're not as good. They're not durable. There's no elasticity, in them. You know what I mean? They can't stretch. You know what I mean? So a lot of these cars are breaking down very, very quickly, and they're very, very, very expensive to fix. So a lot of people, man, look, this shit's about to get crazy. All right, it's about to get real, real bad, man. It says, so for everything, right? This will affect everything from cars and car parts to perishable vegetables and fruits. Okay, even the inflation-resistant banana, right? To furniture and all kinds of things Americans are going to want to buy for the holidays. And it's interesting because I was at a customer's house, was it yesterday? And I mentioned how, they talking about this strike at the East Coast and so on and so forth. And the numbers are saying that they're going to be, back then I thought it was only $1 billion a day. Reading this shit, it says $5 billion a day. So just dialoguing with the customer. And they were like, oh, wow, really? I didn't know that. I said, how many people don't know this? They just living in their bubble, have no idea what the hell is going on. That's why 1 Thessalonians is written. See, we see these things happening on a daily basis because we're watching. See, it's a different story when you're watching and you know what to watch for, compared to somebody who's not watching and has no idea that you should be watching. You know what I mean? They get caught off guard pretty bad. You know, it's like you get a jump scare, right? Compared to somebody who knows that, okay, whenever you get here, this thing's going to jump at you. You know what I'm saying? You might still jump a little bit or flinch a little bit, right? But at least you're expecting it. You know it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know it's going to happen. You just don't know what kind is going to happen, but you just know it's going to happen. You know? So that's how a lot of these people are. They're going to be caught completely off guard. You know, and that's what's going to lead to their desperation to take that MOTB, because they're not prepared for the long run, right? They don't think that this is ever going to happen, number one, because it's never happened before. All right, to the degree that is about to happen here in America, it's never happened like this before. So that's why the scripture says a time like never before. Okay, and whatever is going to happen here in America is going to affect other countries that, do trade with America, right? Or at least have some form of semblance to America's system, right? All these countries are also going to be affected by that. It's going to all happen simultaneously like never before. Right? In human history, the things that you're about to start seeing has never happened before. So people are not going to know how to go about it. Okay? And that's when they're going to start coming in with the weird solutions, draconian measures and so on and so forth. It's coming. Okay? And 90 to 95% of Americans have no idea that this is actually happening. None. Because they don't understand the biblical prophecies. You know? So continuer says, truck drivers, warehouse, that's that right there we're going to highlight. Okay, truck drivers, warehouse workers, and factory workers would also feel the slowdown. And that's people, losing jobs right there, right? Because once there's a slowdown, it goes on for a little bit, the companies can't keep everyone on the roster. You know what I mean? Because you're not needed. It's not that work ain't there. We hired you for work. If work ain't there, we ain't working. What's that going to affect? That's going to affect FedEx. That's going to affect Amazon. That's going to affect what's the other one? Oh, there's another one. Damn, I'm forgetting it. There's the brown truck. What's that one? Shit. It'll come back to me, right? But you got these delivery trucks that deliver people's orders, right? That's going to take a hit. See, so now you're going to wait longer for your order, your shipment. Right? Because they're probably going to have to reroute everything through the West Coast and then travel cross country over here to the East Coast. Right? So that's going to put more on your bill, right? Because you got to pay for all that transportation. Okay. And then your product is going to take longer, if you even get that at all. You see? So this thing is going to take a trickling effect. It's going to suck. All right. It's going to suck for those who don't have faith. You carnal ass people. This is where your test is going to come in. Okay, and Esau could drag this out for a little bit, Shit, if this is going to affect the economy, right, in just 1 week, you give it the whole month of October. Hey, by November, people are not going to be in the same place that they were back in September. And the difference is just 1 month of this pure hell right here, this inconvenience. Yeah, it's going to shake things up quick. It's going to shake things up very, very quickly, man. It says, for every day of a strike, it will likely take another 5 or 6 days to get the ports operating normally again, experts say. Wow. So let's see. Let's do some numbers here. All right, hold on. Let's do some numbers. So they said what? For every day of a strike, it will likely take another 5 or 6 days. So let's just say 5 days, right? 5 or 6. Let's just put that, right? So every day, that's 1 day, equal how many 5 days to get back to normal. So if we do it 7 days, right? So like I said, let me go back to this. That's what? 35 days that you need to recover from just 1 week, right? 35 days to recover for just 1 week. So if you do, what's that? A whole month of October, right? We just doing some calculations here, right? The whole month of October, how many days? 31 days in October. So 31, right? So every day is 5 days. So let's see. Let me do some math. Quick maths. All right, let's see. 31 days Shit. That's 155 days if my math is correct. 155 days. All right? 155 days of recovery from just 1 month of, this type of strike going on. All right? And if there's 365 days in a year, you subtract 155, that's 210 days. That's pretty much a third of a year. Okay? A third of a year, all right, of struggling, of pain. All right, 155 days. Let me see something real quick. From October, you got November, December, January. That's 3 months. All right. So let me see something. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Never mind. All right, but we got the point. All right, we got the point that this just one day is going to equal up at least 5 or 6 days. So give or take, every week is going to be at least 35 to 37 days, pretty much a whole month. All right, a whole month and a half or so, a whole month and some change just after a week of this kind of strike that people going to have to recover, that the port's going to have to recover work and so on and so forth. So that's going to cost, so how much money is that alone? Right? If one day is costing $5 billion, think about the whole month. You know what I'm saying? You know how fast this economy is about to tank just because of this right here? And it's interesting because the mainstream media is kind of downplaying it. They're not really emphasizing the seriousness of it. And that's where the danger lies, right? That's where the danger truly lies. It says, the big picture, right? Before the demic, supply chain disruptions went largely unnoticed. Now they appear to be happening with some regularity. Quote, we just keep seeing these black swan events. Ooh, interesting. Interesting that she'll use that word, that phrase. Black swan events, right? Says Margaret Kidd. Oh my God. Program Director of Supply Chain and Logistics Technology at the University of Houston. After the CV disruptions, there were shipping issues at the Suez Canal due to war in the Middle East, as well as problems in the Panama Canal because of drought. So they got issues. Panama Canal got issues. Now this, oh man. Whew. It says, bottom line, it says major supply chain disruptions used to happen maybe twice a decade, says Richard Gilman, a principal at Roland Berger, a global consultant firm. Quote, it's now almost like it's a constant part of business. Okay? This is what the so-called experts are saying. Okay, this is what the so-called experts are saying. Not to mention, a couple of months ago, you had the whole crowd strike situation. I believe they were saying that they were bringing them to Congress or something like that. They had some hearing or some shit that they were talking about, right? But that's also something to look forward to, right? This whole crowd strike thing. What kind of lingering effects that had on the economy? Okay, for just that few hours. Okay, remember everything is moving quickly to digital. So whenever you have some form of small little slight disruption in the digital structure, it causes major damage. All right, and that's what you're about to start seeing very soon. Now, there was the part that I highlighted, or I wanted to highlight, was how the truck drivers are going to be affected by this. And if the truck drivers are affected by this, how does it affect the consumer? Like they use the word consumer, right? So let's read a little bit on, this is Trucking Moves America Forward. When trucks stop, America stops. Okay? It says commercial truck traffic is vital to our nation's economic prosperity and plays a significant role in mitigating adverse economic effects during a national or regional emergency. Our economy depends on trucks to deliver 10 billion tons of virtually every commodity consumed. Over 80% of all freight transported annually in the U.S. Shit, that's crazy. In the U.S. alone, this accounts for $700 billion worth of goods transported by truck. Trucks hauled 65.6% of the shipment of value into Canada and 67% of the shipment of value into Mexico. It becomes apparent that any disruption in truck traffic will lead to rapid economic instability. So if those who are at the port who load up these trucks, or at least get the products ready for these trucks to use to move around, if they're on strike, then the trucks can't even do their jobs. And if the trucks can't do their jobs, how does it affect the American people? Let's see. The unimpeded flow of trucks is critical to the safety and well-being of all Americans. However, it is entirely possible that well-intended public officials may instinctively halt or severely restrict truck traffic in response to an incident of national or regional significance. And this could be, right, when you have 14 ports stretching from Maine to Houston, yeah, that this is definitely going to be, and is responsible for more than half of all the goods shipped, all right, in containers out of the U.S., in and out of the U.S., yeah, it's going, again, the title, Americans are going to feel this one. All right, they will feel this one. Okay, it says, and they're not even seeing it coming. That's the fun part. You know, reading all this, that's really what does it for me. You know, just understanding that, damn, all this stuff is happening. We're giving the warning, but they ain't gonna listen. They're not gonna listen. They're just going about their sports and the DraftKings and the bullshit. That's all they care about. Motherfuckers is talking about, hey, did you watch the football game yesterday? I'm like, yo, what? Huh? What game? Nah, I wasn't watching no football game, man. You know, there's real stuff going on in the Middle East. They not even one person has even mentioned something about what's going on in the Middle East and the potential of World War III. Americans are not, they're clueless. They have no idea what's going on. And the Lord finna turn up on their ass. Yeah, that's good stuff. It says, history has shown us the consequences that result from a major disruption in truck travel. Immediately following the 9/11 terrorist attacks, significant truck delays at the Canadian border crossings shut down several auto manufacturing plants in Michigan because just in time parts were not delivered. The economic cost to these companies was enormous. Following Hurricane Katrina, trucks loaded with emergency goods were rerouted, creating lengthy delays in delivering urgently needed supplies to the stricken areas. All right, and then I believe we got another hurricane coming up called Helen or something like that. All right, so that could also have some effects, right? All coupled in with this, yeah, it's gonna be something. All right, it's gonna be a very, very interesting end of this year into next year, man. It's gonna be very interesting. All right, and you got the potential of civil war brewing. Right, they're definitely building it up. Right, they're putting it in people's faces. This is what's known as priming. All right, they're priming the people. All right, for a clash. All right, as a matter of fact, let's look up the word priming. Right, what is priming? Let's see. All right, so it says in psychology, priming is a technique in which the introduction of one stimulus influences how people respond to a subsequent stimulus. Priming works by activating an association or representation in memory just before another stimulus or task is introduced. Right? Now, I believe, let me see something here. Let's see. Let's go up here. Priming in communication. Let's see what it says here. All right. Priming in communication is the process of activating an idea in a person's mind, making it more likely to be used in the future. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Right? So it's the media is the one who's behind all that shit. Okay? And they push all these little propaganda hits in your face to get you geared for that conflict. And that's biblical prophecy. All right, so don't get me wrong. Whether the media comes out and says anything or not, biblical prophecy will play out as is written. You're going to have civil war in this country, right? Not just people fighting against each other, but people really fighting against their governments. All right, that's really the key. Okay, because it's written, it says what? There shall be sedition among men. Okay. It says, it's a result of how priming, again, it's a result of how people process information cognitively. Okay. Let me see. It says priming is based on the idea that recently activated ideas are easier to recall than those that haven't been activated. For example, if someone is exposed to the word yellow, they may respond faster to the word banana than to an unrelated word like television. This is because yellow and banana are more closely linked in memory. Okay, so when you start hearing, Trump this and Trump that, Kamala this and Kamala that, the migrants this and migrant that, the economy is that, you hearing all these different things all at once like that, that means they send you up for something else. All right, today I seen a video, the brother with the page Arrows of Indignation. All right, he posted it. All right, bro, if you listen to this video, if you could put your name in the comment section. I gotta get your name down, right? But he posts a lot of good videos. All right, so I suggest you subscribe. All right, Arrows of Indignation. I believe it's Arrows of Indignation 144, if I'm not mistaken. All right, but he posted a video, and all right, in the video, it was basically these I believe, was it MSNBC, one of these news channels. All right, and they were interviewing some Jake. Apparently, he used to be like in a gang or something like that, some gang member, whatever. And now he's basically turned his life around, and he's letting them know that this whole migrant situation is bringing in a lot of these gangs, and they doing things that's different from how we used to do things, and this could really bring a society of bloodshed. They put it out there. Why the hell would they bring some goofy ass nigga like this to put on TV just to say all this dumbass whole ass shit? And that's because it's all going into priming, right? Getting the people ready, all right, for an atmosphere of violence, an atmosphere of violence, so they can be justified when they bring in that force. All right, because the violence is not just going to be people beating and fighting each other. It's going to be a destructive state. You're going to destroy a whole lot of shit that needs to be rebuilt in a different way. See, so that they can avoid this from ever happening again. That's just how they're going to do it. So hey, that's what's coming. We got to prepare for that. All right, we got to prepare for that. So priming, all right, is getting people, ingratiated with an idea, or in this case, propaganda idea. So when it actually comes out to play, they're gonna react in a different way, or at least in the manner in which they want them to react in. Okay, most people are not gonna look at the truth when all hell breaks loose as, oh man, you guys were telling the truth this whole time. Most people are gonna come against the truth because they've been conditioned to believe that what we're saying is hateful rhetoric that could cause this and that to happen. So when this and that starts happening, then we got to turn back and look at those people who are spewing that hateful rhetoric, all that misinformation. See, it's all psychological warfare that they playing on the people, man. All right, it only works for the dummies. All right, these like the apostles say, these dullards, But anyway, going back to the article on trucks. All right, it says let's see where we stopped at. There you go. It says the American Trucking Association researched 7 key consumer industries to quantify the potential consequences of restricting or halting truck traffic in response to a national or regional emergency. This report details the findings. Right, number 1, the food industry. Okay, every day, Americans purchase billions of dollars of groceries. That's why they're known as consumers. They're not producing, they're consuming. Okay, most of these goods are really, they should be calling them bads, because they're not really good for you. Most of the things that most people consume is not good for you. All right, so most of these goods are brought to market via daily truck deliveries. Daily. All right, significant shortage will occur in as little as 3 days, especially for perishable items following a national emergency and a ban on truck traffic. Minor shortages will occur within 1 to 2 days. At convenience stores and other small retailers with less inventory, shortages will occur much sooner. Consumer fear and panic will exacerbate shortages. The forecast of a winter storm quickly exhausts basic commodities at grocery stores and supermarkets. Well, we're entering into the real dark winter is coming. All right. I was actually telling a customer the other day too. right? We just kind of chopping it up, and then I told her, I was like, yo, man, it's kind of nippy today. We're still in September, so hey, we might just have some very interesting weather, this upcoming winter. And she was like, I hope not. I hope not. They have no idea what the hell is going on. They're not prepared. They're not looking to prepare. They're not even looking for what to prepare for. They have no idea. None. And that's a beautiful thing, because they're the ones that talk the most shit, right? And believe the most outlandish BS. And those are the same people that if we were to come and tell them the truth, hey, this is in the Bible, repent, they'll look at us like we crazy. It says it takes retailers up to 3 days to recover from these runs on supplies. News of a truck stoppage, whether on the local level, state or regional level, or nationwide, will spur hoarding the drastic increases in consumer purchases of essential goods. It says shortages will materialize quickly and could lead to civil unrest. Ooh. Civil unrest. Let's see. Where do we have civil unrest? Let me see. I think it's somewhere in the scriptures. I believe we've been bringing it out for quite some time now, and it looks like the Lord is about to turn things up. So let's all go back and see where in the scriptures does it say something about civil unrest. Let's see. Maybe we could try 2nd Ezra 15. I feel like we've read that before for years, right? Let's see. It's the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And let's jump straight to the point. Verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? For the lack of bread. So shortages, right? A shortage in essential goods will materialize quickly and could lead to civil unrest. A man will have no pity upon his neighbor, right? There you go. Let's keep going. It says supplies of clean drinking water will run dry in 2 to 4 weeks. According to the American Water Works Association, Americans drink more than 1 billion glasses of tap water per day. Damn, you niggas drink. It says for safety and security reasons, most water supply plants maintain a larger inventory of supplies than the typical business. That's very interesting, because over the summer, the FBI kept coming out saying, foreign countries are targeting our water infrastructure and da-da-da. That's very interesting, because this right here, 1 billion glasses of tap water per day. That's going to take, they're going to take a hit on that too. It says, however, the amount of chemical storage varies significantly and is site specific. According to the Chlorine Institute, most water treatment facilities receive chlorine in cylinders, about 150 pounds and 1-ton cylinders that are delivered by motor carriers. On average, trucks deliver purification chemicals to water supply plants every 7 to 14 days. Without these chemicals, water cannot be purified and made safe for drinking. Without truck deliveries of purification chemicals, water supply plants will run out of drinkable water in 14 to 28 days. That's about a month, right? 2 weeks to a month right there. Okay. Once the water supply is drained, water will be deemed safe for drinking only when boiled. Lack of clean water or clean drinking water will lead to increased gastrointestinal and other illnesses, further taxing an already weakened healthcare system. See how this all plays out? Again, the supply chain. All right. Once a part of the chain is broken, affects everything else. The system can't run. It's kind of like a bike. As long as the chain is intact, the bike, you can still pedal and keep going. But if a part of the chain is broken, you can't. The bike is done. You're gonna have to get off and start pushing that thing. And then this is also gonna affect the healthcare, right? Without truck transportation, patient care within the truck stoppage zone will be immediately jeopardized. If an incident of national significance produces mass injuries, right, Truck transportation is the key to delivering urgently needed medical supplies necessary to save lives, right? So you got to first get the supplies from the port, right? And then transport it to these different facilities. So if these two places, the port and the truckers, are done, or they're not working, or they take some time off, well, that affects the hospitals, that affects the health, right? And human services, right? And that's going to be a problem right there, because America is filled with a whole lot of sick people. That's why this place is, I call it a mental facility. Okay, it's a mental prison. It's a mental facility prison right here. You know, it's filled with just sick people. All right, from birth to death, just filled with sickness. You know, hospitals and nursing homes will exhaust food supplies in as little as 24 hours. Pharmacy stocks of prescription drugs will be depleted quickly. Hospitals and other diagnostic and treatment facilities will exhaust supplies of radio, pharmaceuticals, and oxygen. Okay, so that's going to affect, again, the healthcare part will be affected. Transportation will also be affected. Right? It says service station fuel supplies will start to run out in just 1 to 2 days. Wow. Let's read. According to the Service Station Dealers of America, the nation's busiest fuel stations sell between 200,000 and 300,000 gallons per month. These stations require multiple deliveries every day to meet this demand. An average service station requires a delivery every 2.4 days, so roughly 2.5 days. Based on these statistics, the busiest service stations could run out of fuel within hours of a truck stoppage. Man. So that's going to have those long lines, right? And, you know, they could, you know, Esau, knowing how they move, they could manipulate this for a little bit, you know, wait till right after the election is done and then hit the people with that shit, right? So now you know, it's cold, wintertime, you know, gas prices are going high because they kind of going down lately. I've been noticing, I've seen some places out here, you know, $2.99 per gallon. I said, oh shit, you know, you might take a little longer to drive there, but you know what? $2.99 is better than $3.85. You know, so gas prices are going down in certain places, not every place, but certain places I've noticed, right? But it's nothing for them to just jack it up, because it'll make sense. That's a nice, easy way to explain why you're paying $7 at the pump for per gallon, because there ain't no supplies coming in. You know, ain't no gas coming in because the ports have been shut off. You know, ain't no workers, they're on strike. Right? And they're going to drag this thing out. They could, let me put it that way, they could drag this thing out for well over a month. Shit, that's going to really, again, that will break this whole economy down quick. Just one day alone, this thing is suffering $5 billion. Nah, it can't sustain. It cannot sustain. With the system as it is now, yeah, that is not going to sustain. It can't, it's impossible. You know? It says, so within few hours of a truck stoppage, right, the busiest service stations could run out of fuel, right? And then it says with the remaining stations following within 1 to 2 days. Researchers predict that automobile travel will cease within 1 week if fuel deliveries are halted. Man, wow, that's another crisis right there, right? It says air, rail, and maritime transportation will be disrupted. Okay, so again, a man shall desire to go into a city and will not be able to, right? There's so many different reasons why this is going to be happening. It's crazy. A fuel shortage will create secondary effects. How? Without access to automobile travel, people will be unable to get to work, causing labor shortages and increased economic damage. Look at this. Look at this. Without cars, many people cannot access grocery stores, banks, doctors, and other daily needs. Public bus systems will cease to operate as well, preventing many disabled and elderly people from accessing these necessities. Without fuel, police, fire, rescue, and other public service vehicles will be paralyzed, further jeopardizing public safety. Especially now, it's about to be game over. These crazy ass, it's about to be, It says, U.S. mail and other package delivery operations will cease. Within 2 days, garbage will start to pile up in urban and suburban areas due to a lack of regular pickups, creating a health hazard. Shit. All right, and that's going to lead to the waste removal also being affected by it. Okay, because they say that the EPA are estimates that Americans generate over was it some crazy like 237 million tons of waste annually. All right, tons, 236 million tons, right? And that doesn't even take into account, the manufacturing, the medical, on all kinds of commercial, like the businesses. Nah, that's just people, like households. So imagine all that. Oh, man. See, this is why this place is going to be destroyed by fire, because you have all this going around. This place is going to be a sick hellhole. It's going to be disgusting. And that's how they're going to leave it. And then they'll say, look, you could be in a smart city. You just got to have the chip and you can live here. Come over, come get your what's that thing called? Carbon footprint. Come get your carbon footprint. Make sure everything is good. And then you can come in here and enjoy your life. Let's give us your hand and your forehead and let's do what we got to do. And people living like this compared to having the C-hip so you could kind of like live a little better life digitally, they're going to take that option quick. They're not even going to think too hard about that, because these motherfuckers don't even think. But yeah, man, just wanted to bring that out. Hey, let's not forget how the banks are going to be affected by trucks stopping. Right, your ATM branches with cash resources, they're going to be exhausted quickly. Right, you have small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses. They're going to lose access to cash too. And the regular bank functions will also cease, man. So that's also going to be an avenue that Esau could come in and say, well, we're forced to go digital because we're losing millions every day. Customers can't use this. So if you still want to have access to your money, you can't do it physically. You're going to have to do it digitally, right? Due to the strike, right? It's going to be the new thing. Due to that strike, the East Coast strike, this and that. Due to the strike that happened, this and that. The biggest strike that ever happened in American history has caused the craziest economic downturn and turmoil and da. They'll find a lavish way to explain it all away. Meanwhile, we know they're all behind all this shit. Okay, let's not forget that if you're in the East Coast, delivery is going to be a little harder to get. It's going to take a little longer to get. Why? Let's not forget about the whole Francis Scott Key Bridge that went down back in April. All right, I don't know if they put it back up, right? But that was a major route that trucks take as well to do their deliveries and so on and so forth. So that also being down, that's also going to cause another jam someplace else where they got to divert or detour, right? So yeah, man, there's a lot of things that's building up. It's been building up for a while, but now it's all coming together. It's all coming together. And we've been saying that, hey, it could take one or two significant hits and this place is going to be taken up out of there, man. Right? Because these people, they're not prepared for this. They're not prepared for any of this at all. Okay? At all. All right? And the Lord is doing it that way for a reason. He's positioning them so they could take that hit. Heavy hit. All right? Heavy hit, man. All right, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verse 8, and I'm going to close it off. All right, it says, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Right, so being in pain like as a woman that travaileth, you're basically in those what they call birth pains, right? Where until the baby is delivered, that woman is in extreme amounts of pain. She can't sit, she can't stand. The baby's coming. And that's a sorrowful moment, because what happens when they're delivering that child? They're crying. They're not laughing and giggling and having a good time. Hell no. It's very loud. It's very chaotic. She's in immense amounts of pain, right? Until that baby's delivered. All right, and that's how Americans are going to be very, very soon. All right, they're going to be in a very sad case. Very sad case. And it's going to happen quickly and suddenly. All right. But anyway, I'm going to end it off there. Lord willing, you were edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash, The Wada Yahal Bashim Yal Shai. And until next time, Shalom.